On a spot of land that was once deserts, now stands the city of Glendale, and a building filled to the brim with fans, State Farm Stadium. Officially beyond the halfway point now, eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Brought in right side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Now an inside give to Benson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Staying on the ground with Benson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Man in motion, headed right. Turning to Benson on 3rd. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this is marked out all the way down at the 6. They'll be dangerously close to their own goal line for this series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They give it to him again. And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Daniels from the pistol. Completes beyond the marker. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. First carry now for Austin Eckler. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear a lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap to Daniels. No Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. No return on that punt. And it'll be Cardinals football. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. It's Benson on the give. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now Murray on the play fake. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Slot man in motion right. Murray on 3rd down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
They'll punt it away again. Blake Gillikin coming back to the field. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And it's the same as a touchback here. This one down right at the 20-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Another carry for him. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be their football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Kyler throwing here. That's caught, Keenan Allen. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Third and a lone yard coming up. They give up the gut to Benson. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, and they go right back to him. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
They're now set for 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Was hoping to get that one to Keenan Allen. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Handoff headed left to Benson. And he's able to push this down to the 12. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Murray. This throw is caught. And in for the Arizona touchdown. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to the well again. And he drives this forward until they bring him down at the 38-yard line. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Daniels back to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it's gonna be 4th and short.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
So out now comes the punter. Jones out there to return it. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. Rhyming there to haul it in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on Q1. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Back and ready now for the 2nd quarter. It's Cardinals football. They've got 2nd and 5. He's contained at the line for no gain. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Now Kyler. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. That's complete to Wilson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Murray here on 1st down. Catch made by Allen. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Tackled there by Jerome Baker.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Taken in by Harrison. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They'll run it here. It's James Conner. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you could be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Blitz coming here, Brock. It's Murray. To the left side and reeled in by Wilson. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Third down, 1 yard to go. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Third and a lone yard coming up. The give now to Benson. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. It's a gain of 1 big yard, Brock, because that sets him up with 1st and goal.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Benson. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. An 8-yard pickup, and now it's 2nd and goal.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Benson does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Benson once more. And he's in for the touchdown. The Cardinals pull that in front further, 13-zip. Trey Benson, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals double their lead to 14. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. He'll take this at the 10. He's stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Play fake here, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Going back, it's the handoff. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. That's caught. It's the Clemson rookie. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Play action now, Murray. He's got time here. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's Murray. He fires one deep down the left sideline. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's trying to go deep again. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
The Cardinals out for the punt. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Broke through the tackle. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Commanders will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. He gets this one to McLaurin. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Right up the gut. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Cardinals going nickel here, 3rd down. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Third and 4 coming up now. Throwing now, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Well into this 1st half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for an offense.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Murray from the pistol. He's got Harrison. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Pitching it out to Benson. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Jeremy Chin there on the stop. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at Glendale. The Cardinals driving. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. They send the tight end in motion. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it up to the 44. That play gains 15 and it moves the sticks.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Kyler looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. 1st and 10, Murray. Gets this one to Harrison. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They'll send their tight end right. Back to the air, Murray. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Murray. Wilson on the slant. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
At the 7-yard line.
Line of scrimmage once again, that 7-yard line as they get set, 2nd and goal. He's got him, that's McBride. Touchdown, Arizona! Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock, but I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Starting from the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 27. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
The Commanders ready for the punt. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. The Cardinals are going to use the last of their timeouts. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They'll send out the punting unit. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Oh, and they're going to fake this one. This is caught. And the fake works to perfection. He's got the 1st down. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
You know what, Kate, this reminds me of? It reminds me of Hoosiers, when the character says, "I'll make it." When the coach makes that kind of call and puts the trust in the kicker, well, the kicker's got to make it, he's got to deliver, and he does just that with a great throw and a big-time play.
Again, Daniels to the air. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Daniels back to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. To throw, Daniels. A desperate heave here for 6. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Center return, Naheem Hines. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Daniels now against a blitz. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Daniels from the pistol. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. No return on that punt. And it'll be Cardinals football. New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the 1st sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. That pass is complete to McBride. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it, it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
They'll bring out the punter here. Blake Gillikin will kick it away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be their football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good for a gain of 5. Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
They give it to him again. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Daniels now. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
And these pass rushers in the game today, they are so doggone good. Not only are they good at getting home and sacking the quarterback, look at this. He was fighting the blocker. He kept his eyes on the ball, times it perfectly, and he forces a pass breakup.
Punting unit out now. And we'll see if they kick or try their luck at another fake pass. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be their football coming up. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Now an inside give to Benson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Now Murray. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field.
The Cardinals out for the punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Commanders will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. Underneath it goes, catch made by the running back. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now Daniels to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Man in motion here. The play clock nearing 0, so Coach Matt LaFleur forced to call a timeout, as that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Second down now, 7 to go. Still sticking with the passing game. Rolling left, buying some time. He takes it himself. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him, calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again, following the sack. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. First throw for the backup now. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he'll try to hit this one well.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They're out and set, first and 10. And off to Benson to start the drive. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. But partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now first and 20. From the gun, it's Murray. Able to get it to Benson. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he's stopped.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
All right, here we go. Second down. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call is going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And things look tougher now with third and long.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on third. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And they're going to take over possession. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
Another try following the sack. Dumped off to his running back. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Daniels. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Max Melton with the INT. And the Cardinals are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Benson on 1st and 10. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. Staying on the ground with Benson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves him with 3rd down and 5. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. So now here's 3rd and 5. Kyler looking to throw. That's caught for the first. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Benson now from the gun. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Receiver in motion, headed right. That's complete to Wilson. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's the Cardinals football, and they can pretty well cruise the rest of the way. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. They'll send him over right. Murray to throw here on 3rd. Gets this one to Harrison. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I could think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Will Lutz on to attempt the field goal. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just one remaining this game. Now the Cardinals sending out the field goal unit. This from the left hash. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And the lead does not change. It's still 21 points.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week specifically because of that miss.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Offense to the line for second down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Cut out left. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
3rd and just 2 to go. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. He's running for it. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. After the penalty, 3rd and a yard coming up. They've got a man in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes and how to stay in position, and most importantly, swat that pass away.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. Oh, they tried the lateral. It's a live ball. And it's recovered by the offense, but Brock gets 4th down. We know only the fumbler can advance it, so this is still going to be a turnover on downs. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He's got Harrison. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Putting the tight end in motion. They give on 2nd to Benson. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Quick pass, right side, complete. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This this offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. It's Benson on the give. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. Another try for Benson. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Back-to-back runs, stopped short, and now it leaves him with a big 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. The give now to Benson. And he gets in, touchdown! The Cardinals put up even more points in a win. Trey Benson, the touchdown! It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals grow their lead yet again. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. On the return, here's Hines. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Daniels now. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Second and 6 coming up here. Now Daniels off the play action. He's throwing deep to the left side. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Sean Murphy bunting in to pick it off. And the Cardinals get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They give up the gut to Benson. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Connor on the inside give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He stumbles at the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Hand off to Benson from the gun. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Benson once more. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's a give to Benson. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Third and a lone yard coming up. This is Benson, and he's able to get this down to the 13. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was, just focused on executing the play in front of them.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Benson on the counter. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
Second and 6 coming up here. They're going to run and draw here with Benson. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, man, you appreciate great safety play like that.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Handoff headed left to Benson. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. 1 yard on the play, and now they've got 4th down and 6.
A gain of only a yard.
For the second time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Bertolet able to knock it through. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's tackled for a short gain. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 32. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. That was Terry McLaurin on the target. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Commanders trying to do some window dressing. The Commanders ready for the punt. And they could really use a good one here. Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. We'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back, and this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect a timeout coming any moment now.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Cardinals fight to a win here at home. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one.